Hello, Ed. This is Coach Dick LeBeau, the old Pittsburgh Steelers defensive coordinator. Oh, I'm retired now, but I have a wonderfully pleasant task today, and that is to represent Aaron and your loving family and the Pittsburgh Steelers family. We are all going to collectively wish you the most wonderful, glorious, and joyous birthday that you have ever experienced. And we're going to wish you at least 40 more of them, man. I understand you've been about to complete your 66th trip around the sun. I commend you for that, Ed. That's a long journey. I'm wishing you many, many more. You want to slow down a little bit, though. You might catch the old coach. I'm 66 myself, but I got 20 years of experience of being it. You'll find that each year you enjoy all the more. I know that you're coming close to the age of retirement. I will say this, no sense of worrying about it, because you're going to be more busy than you have been while you're working. The years go by pretty quickly once you get beyond that retirement. But here's what I found, Ed. For about 1 year, I would be in some state of discomfort sometimes, because I think, man, I got to be at a meeting. I got to be organizing. I got to be game planning. I got to be getting ready for a game, which were the milestones of my career. But once I realized, hey, Coach, you got no more games, man. Sit back and relax. Find yourself with some time to do all those other things you always wanted to do while you was working and never could fit them in. And I have enjoyed my retirement tremendously, and I know you will also. One thing else I will caution you on here, Ed, once I did retire, and once I did start looking around for these other things, you will be amazed at how much time is consumed by other activities other than what was once your full-time job. I'm busier now than I was when I was coaching football, but it's good. It's a good busy. I want to congratulate you, Ed, and thank you for being a member of the Steeler Nation. I think the success of the Steelers is in a huge part directly attributable to the Steeler Nation. The way they support the team, they crank them up, and the scoreboard gets rockin' renegade. Terrible towels get twirling in there. I know I benefited from it greatly. I'd look in my guys' eyes and I'd say, well, I don't have to say nothing. I know this is a big series. We got to stop this team we're playing. But I think we're going to do it because the fans have got the team really cranked up. Win or lose, you guys are constant in your support. And for that, I do thank you so much. I love the people of Western Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh. They're a very special breed. Thank you so much. You were born and grew up as a teenager in that first great Steelers teams, the 70s, the 1970s. Before that, the Steelers didn't win that much. But they established a tradition, and the group that I was lucky enough to be a part of, the decade of 2000 to 2010, right in there, we went to the Super Bowl 3 times there and won 2 of them. So we added to the 4 of the guys from the 70s. And again, it's been a big help from people like yourself, and I thank you so much, Ed. Your family and you all are going to just get together and hang out, which is good. Just enjoy them all, man. you've had a great life, but you'll find that you've got a great life still coming, man. A lot of things to do, and you'll have a little bit more time to do them. I'd finish this little conversation we're having, which is just a love message from your family and wishing you many more happy birthdays. About a couple guys that I had the honor to coach. You know, our '08 defense is one of the best that ever played. And everybody knows about Troy Polamalu, who just went in the Hall of Fame, and James Harrison, who was also voted Outstanding Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL. He'll probably get in the Hall of Fame also. The big stars of that defense. I'm going to tell you just about a couple of them. There wouldn't have been no success story for that defense if it wasn't for these two guys. Casey Hampton was our nose tackle. And the nose tackle in the 3-4 defense, he doesn't get much acclaim. And all Casey did was come to work every Sunday and stop everything that the opponent was trying to do by the way of running the ball. He would just invert the center of that line, and the backs had no place to go. And while they were getting out of his way, penetrating, then James Ferrier and Larry Foote and the inside linebackers would be sweeping around, cutting them up and making all the tackles. One of the many reasons that we could affect people with our pressure is we'd get them in passing situations, and Casey was the #1 guy that got that done. Now, I'm not saying that Aaron Smith and Brett Kiesel were not great linemen. They were. The strength of that 2008 defense were that all 11 players were fantastic, great tacklers, tough. People just couldn't say, well, we can go here and we can go there and get some yards. It was rough sledding wherever they tried to go, and they played together. But one of the unsung tremendous heroes in my mind was Casey. He let us get into third down, and then we could zone blitz them and tear them up. And along with that, Ike Taylor would be my other fella, unsung hero that, in my opinion, doesn't get enough credit for the success of that group. Because to pressure the way we like to do, you got to be able to take their best receiver and neutralize him. Or otherwise, the quarterback just get the ball and throw him out there to him, and they'll move the ball, and you won't be able to blitz. Well, Ike Taylor's assignment was to take the most talented offensive player, receiver, that we faced every week and cover him for 60 minutes. And Ike did such a wonderful job of doing that. And all of our conversation throughout our years together, it was probably about 8 or 9 years with both men, Casey and Ike. Ike would come in on Wednesday, was our start of game plan week, and he'd say, who I got this week, coach? And that's about all the conversation we would have. And Casey would come in and say, are we going to play tough? That was an adjustment for his front, so that would let him dominate. And I'd say yes or no, Case. We're going to use a lot of it, or it probably won't be so much of it this week. And that'd be about all I'd talk to those two guys. But I knew on Sunday they were going to take care of business. Well, I just thought you might enjoy hearing about a couple of the unsung heroes. And I thank you again for supporting the Steelers, supporting the defense, some of the things that we did. We were blessed to be in Pittsburgh. You're blessed with your family who loves you very, very much, Ed. Happy birthday, baby.